webinar number one of this series. And for that purpose, we have our speaker Mohammad Talha Sajjad with us. A brief introduction about him. He is an alumnus of UET Lahore and currently pursuing a master's in EMShip Plus program. And he is the graduate of Mechanical Engineering Department, UET Lahore, from 2018 to 2022 session. Without further ado, I would request him to kindly unmute himself and start the proceedings. और एक चीज़ के at first he will be presenting in front of you, and after that at the end there would be the question answer session. उसके लिए you have to raise your hand and I will be unmuting you one by one. So Talha Sajjad, over to you.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. So today is the first session, as Zen just mentioned, that today we will actually discuss what exactly is Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program and how can we apply to a certain program based on our profile and our academic background. So first of all, I would like to tell about myself. Zain already mentioned, but I am a graduate of mechanical engineering from UT Lahore from 2018 to 22 session, and currently I am pursuing my Erasmus Mundus Masters in Advanced Design of Sustainable Ships and Offshore Structures, which is also called EMShip for short. So in this particular program, the mobility which I am following is that my first year was related to naval architecture, which is simply ship design at Dunăre de Jos University of Galați in Romania. And for the second year, I will be pursuing the masters in offshore structure modeling at University of Liège, Belgium. So talking about Erasmus Mundus scholarships and its trend in Pakistan, it is a pleasure to tell you that for the past 4 years, Pakistan has been the number one in securing the most number of Erasmus Mundus scholarships throughout the world. This year in 2025, out of almost 2,200 scholarships, 114 positions were secured by Pakistanis. And previously, in the previous years, in 2024 and previous years, Pakistan almost reached 2,200 slots, but this time the things are changing, but still Pakistan is at the top. So in today's discussion, we will first see what is EMJM, which is Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters, what is the duration of submission of applications, and what is the eligibility criteria for different programs, what are the requirements on the basis of academic background and the documentation required and language proficiency, etc. What is the evaluation criteria, how is the applications ranked, and how the applicants are selected for a scholarship. And finally, we will discuss that what is the way to shortlist a program and how to apply through the application portal. So, as the name clarifies that Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters, it means that it is a framework in which we have more than one university. These universities of or higher education institutions are jointly called a consortium. So a consortium of university, they decide a course content together and then they apply to European Commission for funding, and based on some factors, they are able to secure the funding and offer a joint degree throughout Europe or even some non-European countries as well. So the structure of this program is such that the student has to complete his education, his master's program in more than two or more countries. So the requirement is to make at least two mobilities. So that means you will either do masters in two countries or in three or four countries based on the structure. So some programs are having only 2 semesters, some three, but normally most of the programs have 4 semesters, which are equal to 120 European credits. So some examples are of EMJM programs are EMShip, which is related to ship design and structure design, IMFSC related to fire safety, DREAM is related to renewable energy, and STRAINS is related to solid mechanics. So So, a question pops up in our mind that if a consortium of universities, different countries are offering a program, then what type of degree will we get in at the end of our masters or at the end of our graduation? So, based on the structure of program and the local legislations, the students can either earn a joint degree, which means one single degree for the 2 years, or they can get a double degree based on two of the at the universities which a student will attend. So these details are actually mentioned when the student is selected and he signs the the study contract, and also the program. Sometimes they publish it on their webpage. If not, then once the students are selected, they get to know about these details. So, Erasmus Mundus is actually one of the most prestigious scholarships, and it offers a very good stipend of around 1,400 euros per month, which is sufficient to live in any European country if you manage well. So, recently the structure has changed, and they give a lump sum amount of 1,400 euro per month, and the student has to manage everything related to travel, ex visa, living allowances, expenses, accommodation, and all of those things. So, in addition to the full funding, sometimes some programs also offer partial funding, which can be a partial fee waiver or full fee waiver. So it depends on the ranking of the student and also the budget available with the consortium. So the eligibility, a general eligibility criteria is that the student must have a bachelor's degree in a relevant field. So what do we mean by relevant field is that the student should go and look at the program webpage. What type of degree are they requiring? Sometimes there are some programs like my program EMShip. It is related to naval architecture, ship design, or structure design. But mechanical engineers, electromechanical engineers, mechatronic engineer, aerospace engineers, civil engineers, all of them can apply to this program. So based on the nature of the program, you have to make sure that you qualify for the eligibility criteria, and then you can apply for the program. And of course, you must graduate before the start of the program. The final year students are eligible to apply on the condition that they will get their bachelor's degree, bachelor's diploma before the start of the academic year at the masters. So, in terms of application requirements, all different consortium, different universities have different requirements, but generally the general requirements are having a bachelor's degree, having of course the diploma supplement, which is the transcript of records, detailed mark sheet, whatever you can call them, CV, which is usually in Europass format, but some programs have their own predefined format, which you have to respect. And an important thing is to have a letter of recommendation from your teachers or from the employers. It depends if the program accepts the letter of recommendation from employers, but normally the letter of recommendation from teacher is suggested unless they explicitly state that they need a letter from your workplace, but it is generally not the case. Now, I think the one of the most important things after the degree and the academic profile is the motivation statement, motivation video, or statement of purpose. These three elements are essentially the same, but they have some slight differences, and different programs ask for different ways to judge your motivation to join the program. So, These three elements which you offer, what will you learn, and what impact will you create after graduation. So these are the things which are covered in these elements. Then the most common question is IELTS required or no? So the answer is that you need to have a proof that you are proficient in English language, because all the Erasmus Mundus joint master degrees are offered in English, so you must be proficient in English. Now, depending upon the programs, they can waive off the requirement of having a qualified English test like IELTS, TOEFL, etc. Some programs they require you to pass IELTS, otherwise they can waive off this requirement and ask you to submit a letter or a certificate from your university which certifies that you completed your education in English language, and then that you have the required level of English proficiency. And based on that document, you can avoid taking IELTS, and you can submit your application. Of course, you should have a passport because you are going to study in a European country or European countries. So you must have a passport, and of course, you must have a visa after that. But before that, you should have a passport and a document related that qualifies your permanent residence in your home country is also required, because Erasmus Mundus programs have geographic balance requirement, that not more than a certain percentage of the students of the awarded scholarships should be from the same country or same region. So this document is important. And bear in mind that if there is if there is a requirement of a document and you fail to meet the required document, then it can result in immediate rejection of your application. So you have to respect the guidelines which are provided. So the evaluation criteria for Erasmus Mundus programs is that generally they take into consideration your bachelor's CGPA or your percentage of bachelor's, plus they judge your application materials which include your CV, your letter of recommendation, your motivation video, your motivation statement, and also some other documents which they may ask. Some programs ask you to also appear for an online interview, present something, or they may ask you to take an online test. So based on all of these elements, your application is judged and you are assigned a score. And then based on some demographic requirements and some other factors, they select the students which are on the top 10, top 15, top 20, however number of available scholarship they have. The top students from these lists are then selected for the scholarship. And yes, there is one thing that no more than two students from the same country or region are selected for a particular Erasmus program. So the competition is very tough. Rarely they select three students from the same country, but normally no more than two students. So it means one or two. There is only one or two available positions for a certain Erasmus Mundus program from Pakistan. So the competition is very tough. So you have to do your best in meeting all the requirements. So, moving on to the question of how should we shortlist an Erasmus Mundus program based on our profile. So, as I mentioned earlier, that EMGM programs are interdisciplinary most of the time. Sometimes they are very specific, but sometimes they are also interdisciplinary. For example, the program which I am in, EMShip program, the mechanical engineers, electric, civil engineers, electromechanical engineers, naval architecture engineers, all of them can apply to this program. So it again adds to the diversity factor, and it actually gives you more exposure, because you have people from different domains, and you get to learn some new things which are related to your field, but you may not have covered them in your bachelor's. So that is one of the most important things you should see. that if the program that you are applying to is is relevant to your academic background, and also if you have interest in that field as well. For example, as a mechanical engineer, the available programs can be related to design, renewable energy, thermal sciences, management sciences, etc. So you should see which is the niche that you are interested in, and uh, what are the projects that you have done in your bachelor's, your particularly your final year project. It is one of the most important elements when you are applying to Erasmus Mundus program, and it actually helps you in winning this scholarship. So now, moving on to the application portal, I would like to take you to the application portal itself. That in order to apply or search for the relevant Erasmus Mundus program, you have to copy this link, open it in the browser. This is the Erasmus Mundus catalog. You can search it directly on Google. So here you have almost 214 programs which are currently being offered in 2025. So from these programs, these are the total programs which are offered, and not all of them will be related to your field, of course. So from these programs, you have to find out what is the best fit for you. So for example, this course, for example, in mechatronics, if you right click on this and open it in a new tab, it will take you, sorry, it will take you to the web page of this program. So all of these are actually different master's degree. Just like in bachelor's, we have different fields like mechanical engineering, civil, electrical, chemical, computer sciences, etc. Similarly, we have a different master's degree here, and each master's degree has its own framework, own consortium, own universities and countries. So you should select based on these factors. So this is the web page of one of the programs which is related to mechatronics engineering. Okay, so from this web page, you have to search and explore where you can find the application requirements. So for example, here I think we should go to the prospective students web page. And here, okay, so right now, because the application period has closed, so they are not showing much here, but let's see. Okay, so it has taken you to the portal of this particular portal. You have to register your account here, and then you will have to uh, fill in the personal details, and then you will see what type of documents this particular program requires. There are around 200 programs here. You can use the filters on the left side to find program which works best for you. So I'm a mechanical engineer, so I will search for the programs which are related to mechanical engineering. So in the field of study, I can see what field works for me. So this one, information science and engineering, works for me. There are different fields you can see based on your own academic background. You can select and then you can close this and then search. Okay, so okay, so based in information science and engineering, we have particular programs. You can explore these websites and then you can see what type of curriculum they are offering and what are the requirements. So I'm more comfortable in showing you around the web page of EMShip. So I will go to the EMShip web page. So here, as you can see, currently the applications are closed. A new call will open in September. So normally the programs, they start their applications in September and they close their application in December, January, February. It depends. So you have to be active and you have to see these deadlines. It is better to keep track of them ahead of time. So from here, in this web page, they have this tab, how to apply. You can go to. Addition to that, they are also requiring these skills that you should have. And when you will be applying for this program, you will be actually asked to provide a list of subjects related to mathematics, programming, mechanical engineering, thermofluids, and here you have to tell which type of subjects you studied in bachelor's and what was the course content that you covered in those particular subjects. So this is to assess that if you have the relevant prerequisites in your bachelor's, and that will be helpful for you, and that will be like that will allow you to take this course successfully. And here you can see they are also mentioning their English language requirements that you should have at least one of those six. But in the footnote, we can see that students can also submit their IELTS score after submitting their application, or they can also ask for a waiver, but it depends on the on the selection committee if they allow you to waive off IELTS. And then these are some degree requirements for when you will graduate. You will have to like when you graduate from Pakistan, you will attest your degree from HEC, then you will attest it from MOFA, and then you will get the apostille from MOFA. So these are those requirements. And they are telling about the application procedure, that what is the timeline and what is the checklist of documents. So these documents are just mentioned here for reference. The actual list of documents you will see when you will be actually applying for the program through the admission portal, which will be available in September. So these are the deadlines. The application that the scholarship applications, they close on 31 January. Every year they close on 31 January. So you have to visit the web page often and see if something is changing, because you do not want to miss the deadline. And for someone who can afford to self-finance their studies, they have some
Assalamualaikum, sir.
relaxation
Repeat this
included.
topic. I am not understand.
What is your question?
Sir, Assalamualaikum. Repeat your this topic. I am not understand. From the
Okay,
start. Thank you, sir.
from the okay. So, in the admission requirements, you have to explore your target program web page, and then you have to check what are the requirements and what is the procedure to apply for the program. So, for example, this is the web page of EMShip program. So here they have a tab called how to apply. So from here I have to go to admission requirements. In the admission requirements, I have to read through all of these details, and then I will get to know that if this program is suitable for me or no. And they are also telling what type of English proficiency requirements they have. Like I should have IELTS, I should have TOEFL, this or these different type of tests. I should have at least one of these. But in some cases, we can request the program that we cannot.
Assalamualaikum, sir. दोबारा समझाओ, मुझे समझ नहीं आया सर. दोबारा समझाओ. Sorry.
Okay, तो यहाँ
Musa,
पर वो
there
ये
would
कहना
be a
चाह रहे
question
हैं.
answer session at the end. तो जो चीज़ आपको समझ नहीं आई वो स्पेसिफिकली आप एंड के ऊपर पूछ सकते हैं.
सर स्टार्ट से समझाओ. स्टार्ट से मुझे समझ नहीं आ गया. सॉरी यार, जल्दी करो यार.
Oh, wait a minute.
हेलो.
Okay, so you have to read this web page, and you have to, after reading, you will understand better what is asked or what is required, and then you can make a judgment if you are eligible to apply in this program, and if you are eligible to apply, what type of documents you need to submit for applying to this program. Similarly, you have other programs, you can explore them, and you have to read through the application requirements. And also it is advised to check the curriculum, that if you are not understanding what type of program is this, what will they offer, so you should go and check what is the scope of the studies in this program. So that will be another indication, another aspect that take into consideration while applying for a particular program. So that was how we should apply, we should select a program and how we should apply for a particular program. The procedure is fundamentally the same, but each program has their own portal, and you have to create a separate account and you have to create a separate application for applying to each program. So some programs for mechanical engineering are written here. So for mechanical engineers, there is a list. You can read through these programs and see if it matches with your interest and your profile. So I would like to shortly tell about one of the important documents, which is a CV. Normally, they require a Europass format, but some programs again have their own format, and you have to fill in, make a CV according to their own format. So this is the link for creating a Europass CV. So these are the elements which you should mention in your CV, like your personal details, your education, if you have any work experience or internship, qualifications, your projects. Most important one is your final year design project, your semester projects, and if you have some freelance projects, your honors awards, your digital skills, etc. So we will be covering how to make a good CV in another session in the coming days. So it will be discussed more there. Similarly, in letter of motivation, we have some programs have a particular format, while others have a free format. So depending upon the program, they can ask you for to answer some questions, or to write one page, or to write a certain number of words, or they may even ask you to make a self presentation video in which you will basically cover this letter of motivation. So it depends on the program. So when you will be shortlisting the program, you will get to know this better. There is a link for writing a letter of motivation from a Facebook group, from the Erasmus Mundus Association, Pakistan. So it is one of good resources. And yes, in your letter of recommendation, I think it is one of the it is the document which can actually delay your application submission. So because the professors are normally very busy, and it is very difficult to ask them to upload a letter of recommendation on time. So normally 2 to 3 letter of recommendation may be required. Mostly they require two, but sometimes they require 3. So the letter of recommendation must be signed and stamped. Some programs directly send the email to your referee, and the referee has to upload the letter of recommendation himself. Some only ask you to have a official letterhead, and it should have signature and stamp. So again, you should read the requirements very carefully to actually know what you have to submit, and you should avoid any inconveniences. And one of like the documents is a permanent residence certificate. So this certificate is issued by the your union council or your municipal committee. You have to go to your union council or municipal committee and ask them to issue you a certificate, which should be covering your CNIC, your passport number, and your address. And this should be again signed and stamped, so that you can use it. And yes, you cannot use your domicile for in the place of this document. If you do that, your application will be refused. It will be rejected. So you should not You should not submit any wrong document. You should ask the questions before finalizing your application. From my experience and in my opinion, is that you should read the web page thoroughly, and you should see what type of course they are offering, what are the universities, and what type of challenges can you have. So you should read the program web page very carefully, and you should plan ahead. And if you are applying to more than one program, your application material, your CV, your letter of motivation, your letter of recommendation, everything should be made for that particular course. If you are applying to more than one course, you have to make more than one CV, more than one letter of recommendation, and so on. You should mention your relevant work experience, relevant internship, academic projects, and other activities in your application appropriately. You can quote them in your letter of motivation, you can write them in your CV, etc. And of course, you should showcase your final year project as a research project. Normally, you are doing some kind of research, so you should write it, portray it as a research project, because it actually is one of the most important elements to decide whether your profile is relevant with the course or no. And of course, this should apply to as many programs as possible, because the competition is very tough and no more than one or two slots is available in each course. So you should maximize your chances by targeting as many programs as you can. And what you should avoid in your applications is to not use AI at all. If you submit anything which is uh, prepared using ChatGPT or some kind of AI, then you are actually reducing your chances, and you are inviting a rejection. So I would suggest you to write it yourself and then get it reviewed by someone who is already a student or an alumni, and that will be better than just going to ChatGPT and asking it to write your application. You will just waste your time and the time of the reviewers. So if you waste the time of reviewers, they will not consider you. And you should not plagiarize anything from your seniors. Normally, students ask their seniors for the CV, for their letter of recommendation, for the letter of motivation, and then they copy paste it as it is, thinking that if that guy was able to secure the scholarship by writing so and so, I will do the same. But sorry to say, if you do that, you are again putting yourself in danger of facing a rejection. So please write it yourself. And just because you have done 50 projects, it does not mean you have to mention all 50 of them in your CV. Just mention the most relevant projects. If you write anything irrelevant, again, it is not a good sign. And yes, do not submit your application before proofreading. Uh, you don't want to submit a wrong document, so you should be very careful in making the final submission. And sometimes some it is again my opinion, some students they try to look for the uh, faculty, and they try to mention in their letter motivation that I will choose so and so mobility, because there is this professor, he is working on for example this type of research, and I'm very passionate about this research. If you do that, I don't think it will work out, because in Erasmus Mundus programs, not all the faculty of the university will teach you. There are only selected courses which will be taught by some professors. It is possible that the professor that you are targeting in your motivation letter, he may not be even he may not even be teaching in Erasmus Mundus. So you should not do this. Plus, Erasmus Mundus is not strictly a research course; it is mostly related to the industry. So it's more practical than conventional research. So you should keep that aspect in your mind as well. So these are some generic questions which pop up time to time, that can the final year students apply? Of course, they can apply, but instead, because they don't have the degree, they should get a certificate from the university, which is called the Hope Certificate, and they can submit the certificate instead of the bachelor's degree. Another question is it possible to apply without IELTS? Yes, it is possible in some cases, but mostly the programs require you to have an English proficiency exam. So the format of motivation letter, again, it depends on upon the program. But again, we will have another dedicated session on how to write a motivation letter and how to make a CV. So maybe wait for that. And the length of the CV, in my opinion, it can go up to two to three pages. I submitted a CV for having 3 to 4 pages, and I got selected in more than one program. So I think if you even exceed 2 or 3 pages, but you have some relevant and some good material to show, it should be okay. And the residence certificate, it should be from your municipal committee or your union council. So, one advice I can give you is that you should join our Facebook group for Erasmus Mundus Association Pakistan, and you should go there and see what the previous people have posted there. There have been so many guidance sessions, so many applications, so many webinars and seminars on how to write a good motivation letter, a good CV, what type of things you should avoid, and what type of things you should adopt to maximize your chances. So you should go to these. You should. I would advise you to join this group if possible. And with that, I will invite you to ask your questions, please.
Okay, you have to raise your hands और एक एक करके मैं unmute करूँगा and then you have to question. Okay, Zishan, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a few questions to ask Talha bhai. First of all, the thing is, the visa situation in Pakistan is very tough. So, does the Erasmus Mundus Council provide any type of help for applying in your visa, or is it that you're all on your own for this process?
A very fair question indeed. Yes, Erasmus Mundus Association of Pakistan, EMA Pakistan, they support you in your visa procedures. You may know about the situation of student visas for Italy and Germany, that not so many appointments are available. So, but for Erasmus Mundus students, the Erasmus Mundus Association of Pakistan was able to secure the appointments for Italy bounded students last year and this year as well. So yes, they can assist you a little bit, but it is in the end the decision of authorities what they think. So, the EMA Pakistan, they will assist you, they will help you, but it is up to your own effort and up to the quality of your documentation in the end.
Okay. So another question from my side is that some universities do not offer scholarships if you have repeated a course. Is it for this scholarship as well?
Sorry, can you ask again?
Some universities do not offer scholarship in case you have repeated a course because it is shown on your transcript. So is this for applied on this scholarship as well?
Again, the programs have their have some type of requirements that their requirement is to complete a certain number of academic credits in the first year, for example. So it is possible to repeat a course. It will not affect the scholarship, but if you are not able to complete your 120 credits before the end of 2 years, then it will be a problem. You will have, because to get a degree, you have to complete all 120 credits. But if you are still repeating a course after the end of your degree, then you will have to bear the expenses yourself to get the degree. Otherwise, you will not be able to get the degree.
So last question is that I am a second year student, and what could be the possible pathway if I want to apply for Erasmus in future? As a second year student, I don't have enough information on my side. So, what would you suggest I should start doing by this point?
Okay, so I think you're a mechanical engineer, right?
Yep.
So explore your interest. What is the field that interests you? Number one. The second thing you can do is to focus on your CGPA. You should get as high a CGPA as you can. If you are able to cross 3.8 or you are able to touch 3.9, it will increase your chances so much. So that is the thing that you should focus on first of all. Then you should learn some skills. By skills, I mean some software engineering software like programming. Most of all, first of all, programming. You should do some simulations, engineering simulations related to finite element analysis, some computational fluid dynamics, these type of simulations. And you have to actually also learn about the background of these simulations. You should not just blindly do some simulations and then forget about. You should actually build knowledge, which is in addition to your conventional coursework. So for you, the advice would be to get focus on your studies and secure as high as CGPA as you can, and you have to target the courses because you are second year student. If you are thinking of it now, I think that's the best you can do because you are thinking ahead of time. So you should start your preparation now. And yes, one more thing, you should select your final year project according to the Erasmus Mundus program which you want to do. For example, uh, I, my final year project was related to wind energy, and the program that I intended to apply for were related to mm, wind energy. One was renewable energy in marine environment, REM plus, and another one was EMShip. So because my final year project was related to wind energy, I was able to relate it with the program objectives, and it actually helped me a lot. So I think you should focus on your CGPA, explore your interest, and select a final year project which will help you in securing the scholarship. I hope I answered your question.
Thanks a lot.
ओके हमाद, आप क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Mohammad from Lahore. My question is that are there ample opportunities for getting a scholarship in humanities subjects like literature and linguistics, or sociology or anthropology?
Yes, there are enough programs related to these niches as well. You should go to the Erasmus Mundus catalog and you should search for the programs. You will definitely find some. There are a lot, I know.
All right, thank you.
Assalamu
Walaikum assalam.
Sir, I have a question. Punjab, Lahore, 2024 batch. I am doing job as a trainee engineer. So, what should I have to do scholarship, and is experience will give me benefits for this scholarship?
What you can do is to shortlist a program and meet the application requirements. And yes, relevant work experience actually improves your CV. So yes, it will help you.
Okay, thank you.
ओके फैजान, आप क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
Walaikum assalam.
तला भाई। अच्छा तला भाई, मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे बल्कि दो क्वेश्चन है। करंटली आई एम सर्विंग एज ग्रेजुएट इंजीनियर इन शुगर से। मतलब मैं 2000 ग्रेजुएट हूँ। रिसेंटली इनरोल किया में पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी। मेरा बैचलर्स भी वहीं से है। तो जो मेरा एक चल रहा है वहाँ पे मास्टर प्रोग्राम, मैंने रिसेंटली क्लासेस स्टार्ट करनी है वहाँ पे। तो क्या अपनी रिज्यूमे में उसको या सीवी में मेंशन करना चाहिए कि करंटली आई एम एनरोल्ड इन प्रोग्राम, जब आप एरास्मस में अप्लाई करें?
Uh, I think if you have some relevant courses in your masters in Pakistan, then it is okay to mention them in your application. It will. I don't think it will be any harm. That's my opinion.
जी तला भाई, मैं अभी रिसेंटली मेम्ब्रेन इंजीनियरिंग में रजिस्टर किया और मैं मतलब MESD वो भी मेम्ब्रेन इंजीनियरिंग इन सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट सॉल्यूशंस ही है, तो उससे रेलेवेंट है ये चीज़। तो इसका
Yes.
मुझे थोड़ा गाइड भी करते हैं कि मतलब मैं मास्टर्स लिखता हूँ वहाँ पे, तो मुँह पे एक सीक्वेंस बन नहीं रही है, उसको किस वे में पोर्ट्रे किया जाए कि वो मेरे लिए बेनिफिशियल हो अपनी एप्लीकेशन के अंदर।
See, some students they are actually doing the Erasmus Mundus master as their second master. They already have a master's degree from their country, and they come to Erasmus Mundus for their second master's degree. So it is no issue if you're doing masters. What you can do is you will definitely do a master's thesis in Pakistan. So if you select a master's thesis which is in accordance with the Erasmus Mundus program MEST, which you are targeting, then it will actually help you. I have seen some examples like this.
श्योर,
Fazan,
बहुत शुक्रिया तला।
Fazan,
जी जी जी
can I
ये
ask one question? In which sugar mill you are doing job as a trainee engineer?
यस, आई एम करंटली सर ग्रेजुएट इन इंजीनियरिंग शुगर सेक्टर,
Uh, in which sugar mill?
शेखू शुगर।
Because I am also doing job in sugar mill as a trainee engineer.
Oh yeah, that's great. Let's have a chat
Yeah, thank you.
and continue the session.
ओके
Thank
जासिम,
you very much.
आप अपना क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं तला सजाद से।
थैंक यू सो वेरी मच। सबसे पहले तो मैं सर तलहा आपका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा फॉर दिस इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन। की प्रेजेंटेशन बहुत अच्छी थी और बहुत हेल्पफुल थी। दूसरा मैं ये पूछना चाहूँगा कि अक्सर आपका FYP प्रोजेक्ट किसी चीज़ में होता है, आगे जॉब किसी चीज़ में मिल जाती है और मास्टर्स फिर आप कहते हैं अब किसी और चीज़ में कर लिया जाए, तो ऐसे एक कनेक्शन कैसे बनाया जा सकता है फिर चीज़ों में?
गुड क्वेश्चन, गुड क्वेश्चन। आप मुझे लगता है कि मेरे ही प्रोफाइल की बात कर रहे हैं। तो actually what you can do is to just mention what is relevant from your past experience with the program which you are targeting. For example, I worked 2 years in fertilizer industry, but it was mostly kind of managerial task, not so much of design or anything. But the program which I'm currently pursuing is related to design. So what I did was in my program there is a mobility which is related with the economics and those things. So what I did from that, I got to know that this program is also giving some importance to these type of management positions. So in my motivation letter, I mentioned my work experience by tailoring it like that I have learned the skills which were mentioned in the program web page. So in this way, you can make a connection, even though your past experience may not be exactly relevant, but program does not know. So you have to play it safe, and you have to tell them a manipulated truth.
ओके मोहिब, यू कैन आस्क योर क्वेश्चन।
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Sir, I was asking about how many applications can we submit a student. There is specific range, sir.
Okay, so until 2021 or 22, you were only allowed to apply for up to 3 courses. But after 2022, they removed this limitation. Now you can apply in more than 3 courses as well. In my knowledge, I think you
Okay,
can
sir.
apply even more than 3 courses.
Or sir, GPA is matter on application.
What?
Sir, CGPA can matter the application selection.
Yes, it matters.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
ओके शाहिर, आप अपना क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं।
हेलो सर। हेलो सर, सलाम। हेलो सर, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
सर मैं ये जानना चाहता था कि मेरा CGPA 3.8 है, लेकिन मेरी इंग्लिश जो है ना वो बहुत अच्छी नहीं है। तो अगर मैं किसी अरासमस के मतलब अगर किसी में अप्लाई करता
क्या आपने कहा एज आपकी ज़्यादा है?
एज नहीं, मैंने कहा मेरा इंग्लिश जो है ना वो बहुत अच्छी नहीं है, मतलब 6.5 तक तो हो जाएंगे आइल्स के अंदर, तो वो इफेक्ट करेगा मेरी एप्लीकेशन के ऊपर?
नहीं, कोई इफेक्ट नहीं करेगा। अगर आपका आइल्स में 6.5 आ जाता है तो इट डज़ नॉट मैटर। वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक चेक बॉक्स है जो आपने चेक करना है।
लेकिन मैं एक टीचर से बात की थी मैंने अपने, तो वो कह रहे थे कि ये इफ़ेक्ट करता है अगर आप के लाइक आपके मुकाबले में अगर कोई एक लड़का है जिसके इसके मुकाबले में थोड़े ज़्यादा हैं, मतलब 7.5 के आगे पीछे हैं, तो उसके चांसेस ज़्यादा होते हैं और आपके कम होते हैं इसके मुकाबले में।
उसका CGPA 2.9 हो फिर।
ओके, ओके सर।
ओके, 3.8 GPA है। और क्या, किस चीज़ की टेंशन है? अप्लाई करो यार।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ओके हमजा, आप अपना क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं तला सजाद से।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
सर, मेरे आपसे दो सवाल हैं। नंबर वन, मेरा CGPA 3.4 है और मैंने MS के लिए अप्लाई करना है। मेरी बैकग्राउंड जो है वो केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग की है। तो मुझे बताइए कि आइल्स के अलावा भी मतलब वैसे विदाउट आइल्स हम किसी यूनिवर्सिटी में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं?
जी हाँ, विदाउट आइल्स कुछ प्रोग्राम्स हैं जिसमें आप विदाउट आइल्स भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। ये आपको प्रोग्राम या यूनिवर्सिटी की वेबसाइट पे देखना होगा। अगर वो अलाउ करते हैं तो आप यूनिवर्सिटी से एक इंग्लिश प्रोफिशिएंसी सर्टिफिकेट बनवा लें और आइल्स की जगह वो
जी।
फिर शो करवा लें।
ओके सर, CGPA का इशू तो नहीं होगा 3.4?
देखें, अप्लाई आप कर दें, बाकी जो है, बाकी जो रिजल्ट है वो अल्लाह पे छोड़ दें। अप्लाई आप अपना से करें।
ये बताइए कि MS की स्कॉलरशिप कब खुलती है, मतलब इटली वगैरह के लिए?
नॉर्मली सितंबर में सारे स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
यू वेलकम।
ओके बख्तावर, आप अपना क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं।
Good evening, sir. I have a question. I am a mechanical engineering student and I recently graduated, but I want to pursue aerospace further. So, can I apply even though mechanical engineering is related to aerospace, but not entirely that?
Yes, you are definitely qualified to pursue aerospace engineering. It is a subfield of mechanical engineering. You can definitely do that. Personally, myself, I'm a mechanical engineer, but I am pursuing a field which is related to naval architecture. So it is not exactly a mechanical engineering field, but I'm able to do that. So you can do that too.
Okay, sir, one more thing. Would w- like if I have to combine it into a nutshell, what would you suggest? Does my IELTS, my CGPA, and what else should be so strong that I could get accepted in this program?
Your letter of motivation and your CV. These two elements are very important. And of course, your letter of recommendation. So whatever is mentioned in the application, you have to give them your best shot, and you have to try to go extra mile if you can. You cannot change your CGPA, you cannot change your degree. What you can do is you can improve your CV. How you can do that? You can do some projects. If you have already done some projects, you have to refine your CV. Then you have to write motivation letter. You have to search for, you have to look at the program web page and see what are their objectives, and then you have to make your profile align with the objectives of the program. So if you are able to do that and you are able to express all of your academic background and qualifications in a good manner, then it will maximize your chances.
Okay, thank you, sir.
ओके जीशान, यू हैव रेज्ड योर हैंड। अगर आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं।
Talha bhai, you said you have 2 or 3 year experience in industry PFL. What would you suggest कि क्या बेहतर है एक person को like 1 year experience करना चाहिए and then go for this scholarship, or is it better कि वो अपना final year complete करने के बाद ही Erasmus Mundus scholarship ले चला जाए? Which one is
Mhm.
better?
Good question. It depends on your priorities. It only depends on your priorities. I cannot tell you what is better for you.
Mhm. Uh, okay.
Okay, Mohib, you have raised your hand again, so आप अपना क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. अगर किसी और का कोई भी क्वेश्चन है तो वो अपना हैंड रेज कर सकता है. एंड इफ यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल टू स्पीक तो आप चैट बॉक्स में अपना मैसेज टाइप भी कर सकते हैं. ओके जुनैद, यू हैव रेज्ड योर हैंड, आप अपना क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं.
जी सर, मैं कह रहा था कि अगर आप जो प्रेजेंटेशन की फाइल है वो ग्रुप में शेयर करते हैं तो वो काफ़ी हेल्पफुल होगी.
यस, इट
Okay.
विल बी श्योर.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
There is a question, Talha Sajjad, does Erasmus have any program related to motorsports engineering?
I'm not sure. You have to search in the program catalog. Maybe there is. I'm not sure about that.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rehan. I have a question that I am a student of natural sciences in BS chemistry, and I'm supposed to ask a question that is there any courses that is mostly related or precise to natural sciences, because there are alignment of different courses like chemistry with some AI and all this. Is it any kind of the course that exists in Erasmus Mundus that is only strict to natural sciences?
So you will have to again search it because I'm not so sure about other disciplines. So if you maybe explore the programs and you make a list, then you can maybe able to target a course which is in better alignment with your objectives.
कि किसी का भी क्वेश्चन हो तो पूछ सकता है. If there isn't any, तो we will be concluding this meeting. I think Talha Sajjad किसी और का कोई भी relevant question नहीं है related to Erasmus, so I think we should conclude. So thank you very much for your time, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors on the behalf of ASHRAE UET Lahore.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.